like the best find of 2025. Let's keep it a secret between us. Today, I'm going to share all my tips with you, which areas I think are best for what type of shopping, what I feel like you need to get in Japan. So today I've split it into skincare and beauty, some recent purchases that I got. I'm gonna share some clothing and fashion items and places that I would suggest you go to as well. And then some accessories, but I'm not sure if you'll be into this section, the Miffy and gacha section. And for those of you who don't know, stick around because I'm gonna explain all about it. So if you enjoy everything beauty and lifestyle, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And let's get into the first category of skincare and beauty. So my favorite stores for beauty finds is obviously one, Canmake. We did a previous video, so check out that one because they sometimes have things that Don Quijote doesn't have. But on top of that, Don Quijote is the go-to place, not just for skincare and beauty, but for everything. And the one I normally go to is in Shibuya. I am just as overwhelmed as the last time we came, because that Don Quijote is open 24 hours. So normally Thomas and I go late at night when the crowds die down. Oh my God, it's actually 2:30. We got sucked into a vortex. Time vortex. On top of that, there's Loft, which I'll talk more about. So this is my little haul of beauty items. Honestly, I don't go crazy when I go to Japan now because a lot of stuff you can get overseas or online. This is the Suisai. So we've talked about this guy. It's an enzyme cleanser for many years now. The original is blue. There's a charcoal one that I got last year. This year I found this pink guy and it's actually sakura and peach. So I don't know if this was like a limited for the season. Each little packet is one use. So you pour out the powder, you emulsify it into a powder and wash your face. And honestly, this one is my favorite of all of them because it smells slightly sweet like sakura and peach. And these enzyme cleansers are just like the best for all skin types, but especially traveling because you don't have to lug around heavy liquids, but it also just smooths the skin. It breaks down build up because enzymes really help to slough away dead skin and make it smooth and shiny. It feels really soft, cleansed, takes up the makeup, smells so good too. So I found this one at Don Quijote. I didn't see it anywhere else. Okay, next is this one. Rafra is a brand that I discovered last year through the cleansing oil, and that was ranking at Canmake. This year, I found this guy, and I was so intrigued because it's a marshmallow foam. It's like in an aerosol can. It's almost like those shaving creams, you know what I mean? But what it is actually an aerosol cleanser. I'm like obsessed with this. I've never come across a foaming cleanser like this, and I've been using it in the morning. When you wash it off, your skin feels like you've already moisturized it. There's this kind of like moisturized layer, and then after that I just put on sunscreen and I go. It smells like orange. It has a little bit of AHA in there, so it's also helping just lightly get away that like dead skin. This has been a surprising find. I don't know if you can get this online, so if you have friends in Japan, tell them to find this. Next one is this. This is a lip gloss, like lip plumper. I saw that there was a little bit of retinol in there, which is great for plumping. I was intrigued by it, so I picked it up and then I used it immediately. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like one of the best, most moisturizing lip balm slash glosses that I've ever used. It's beautiful. It is this clear formula and it just wraps your lip like a lip mask, but it's not sticky. It kind of feels like a lip oil, but it lasts such a long time. And when you put it on, it's slightly minty, but then it goes away. The little retinol will help with like plumping fine lines. You can use it by itself or over lipstick. It was so good that I then went back to another one of those pharmacies and bought 3 more because I was like, oh my gosh, I'll never be able to find this again. While I was in the pharmacy, I also found this. It's a hand cream, but it's also got SPF. And I've never seen in the US a hand cream that is formulated with a sunscreen while also looking really cute. Remember the conversation I had with Charlotte? She was saying like, girls and women in Korea, like they're obsessed with taking care of themselves and sun protection, and everyone forgets that their hand also ages, right? So when I was walking along the aisle, I found this. So I opened this. Let's give it a try. I haven't actually used it yet. I was like waiting for you guys. I'd like to do this video. It's Wrinkle Clear Hand UV. Ooh, it's like lightweight and not thick. Ah, amazing! You can probably use this on your body as well. It doesn't smell like anything. It's not sticky. Can confirm. Find this one. Okay, next in beauty is these guys. I think I have found the blush for me for life. And it's the brand Canmake, which has been around for ages. It's one of the most popular kind of like drugstore pharmacy brands of Japan, and I never really thought I would be interested in it, but I have just been obsessed with these blushes because look how pretty they are. First of all, it's in this like floral situation, and I got two. One is in this peach tone, good for warm skin tones. This one is a little bit more matte, and then this one, which is kind of like a purpley cool tone. This one has a little bit of sheen on it, and when I applied it, it literally makes your skin look poreless. The texture of the formula is just so fine. So in like different lights, there's just this really natural reflective quality where it looks like inner glow. I'm sure you can find these like at your local Asian store or even on YesStyle. I don't have that much beauty to share with you guys, but I do have these. Okay, I've talked about this before, and it's the hair flyaway bang mascaras. Once you start using it on a daily basis, you'll never be used to seeing flyaways again, because it literally just makes the most difference to how put together you look. So I picked up this one at Don Quixote. They have a few. This is the Diane, and the original one that I tried was also Diane in the yellow. That one's a little bit more of a harder gel, so it sets your hair in place. So, you know, sometimes when the wind is blowing, it will actually keep it locked in there. This is a softer formula because essentially what it is a big mascara that's holding some hair gel. So hair gel comes in different consistencies, so you can pick it depending on how much hold you want for your hair, but also it depends on your hair thickness. So the thicker your hair, you probably want that yellow one because that's kind of a good hold. This one's flexible, and this one is also flexible. Oh my gosh, okay, so I need to tell you guys about this innovative thing. I've never seen it anywhere else. Only in Japan. I found it at Don Quixote. It is the most insane hair removal device because on one side, this is glass. So if you feel it, it's just a little bit kind of like coarse, but there's no blade, there's nothing. It's just this like flat piece of like thing. And what you do is you literally rub it over your skin in circular motions and it takes away your hair. I tried it on my legs and my mind was just like, it couldn't comprehend what was happening. It literally buffed away my thick, coarse leg hair. I was like growing it out, you know, I'm sorry you have to see that, but that's real life. I had very hairy legs. It kind of exfoliates your skin as well. And I think there was like so much dust because my skin was so dry. It doesn't hurt, you don't need water, you don't need anything, you just kind of brush it off afterwards, and it's insane. And then all you do is wash this guy and that's it. Literally, this is like the best find of 2025. Let's keep it a secret between us. Next thing I found at Loft. So I was intrigued because it says it's an infrared warm belly band. It emits far infrared radiation ceramics that warms your body from your stomach. So I guess it works with your body heat, but it like traps it in a way because of infrared. It's very, very, very soft. Also very stretchy. You just put it over your stomach. You're really supposed to keep this middle section warm when you have cramps or when you have period because it helps with pain relief. Wow. That's crazy. I can already feel it hot. In the pharmacies, I also saw them selling socks. So if you have cold feet when you go to sleep, maybe this is something to check out. And then the last things that I picked up from beauty is actually contact lenses. In the US, you either have to go to your optometrist or you can go to Costco, but it's a little bit annoying to get contacts. You have to order it. But in Japan, you can literally just walk up to the counter, show them your prescription and pick the ones you want. But not just that, you can actually pick these really pretty colored contacts or naturally colored contacts. So I picked some like light brown ones and also clear ones, and just kind of stocked up on contacts because they're so easy to purchase. I will say, like, it depends on your eye health, right? Not all contacts are made the same. So the 3 brands that I tried are Rivia. This one was really comfortable. I have really dry eyes. It says specifically moisture plus UV and blue light barrier. So I picked that up, loved this brand. And then this one was really pretty. I actually got this at Don Quijote. Don Quijote has a contact lens section. They're a little bit more kind of like for fashion, but also UV protection, and they still do prescription. And then I also got Purity contact lenses, also for moisture, blue light. So I love that they have all the kind of protection. I'm like surprised because they're really comfortable and soft. If you want glasses, literally if you go to Owndays, they can give you prescription glasses in under an hour. I always go to the Owndays in the Loft building because, oh my god, I love Loft. It's like this 6-level store that has everything. And I'll share more in a bit. Now onto fashion and clothing. One of my favorite things to do in Japan is actually look for clothes because they have such unique pieces as well as Japan-specific materials and customization. So my favorite places to shop is first in Omotesando, which is in Shibuya, and then Cat Street, which is also in the Shibuya area, and then Ginza and Shimokitazawa. I'll just go through the things that I got and what you can look out for. Let's start with Cat Street. So Cat Street is literally just one street and it's full of all the brands that you would typically probably know of, but what they have there is a Levi's store, and Japanese denim is known to be the highest quality of denim. They just do it right. So at the Levi's store, Thomas and I always pick up a denim item, whether it's a jacket or a pair of jeans, and you'll see that they have the Japan denim here, which means it's exclusive to the Levi's in Japan, and the specific material they use is Japanese denim, and it just lasts longer, it hugs the body, it's soft, it like looks better with time. And what's cool about it is not just that, but anything in the store, you can actually customize it. On the second floor, there's a whole area that's just patchwork. And so I chose the matching denim and then put a little patchwork which just says Tokyo Shibuya, and I thought that was such a cool little memorabilia. You can also choose to put it anywhere on the pants. So a little custom pair of jeans. And then for Thomas, this is like a denim jacket that you can find. Once again, this is Japan exclusive denim, but he also got a patch. So this NYC, you can actually customize it to wherever you come from. And then you can also pick the color, but on top of that, it's like a boarding pass. So you can also pick the date, and we were there on Valentine's Day. So we picked February 14th, and it's just so cute. It will take around 4 to 5 days, depending on what you want done. So the next store you can check out on Cat Street is Converse. The cool thing about this Converse store is if you go downstairs, you can also customize your own pair of Converse shoes. And they have Japan exclusive Converse shoes, but not just the shoes, but the material they use and the insoles. So there's something called the React insoles, which is more cushiony, it's more plush, and it gives more support for walking. And you can only get those React soles in Japan. On Cat Street, there's this matcha place that's really nice. There's like a Louis Vuitton museum last time we were there. There's a few designer thrift stores, but it's really just that one street which connects to Omotesando. So that street is where like most people, if you're looking for a bag or like secondhand designer like coats or what have you, this is where you would go. It's an upscale street. But what I go there for is I love the gelato pique in the mall in Omotesando. And this is one of the bigger gelato piques. And gelato pique is a pajama brand and it's got the softest material. I try to at least one item every time because it's just really expensive to, you know, like get here in the US, and of course the conversion rates make it so good. So if you're looking for a gift for yourself or just for anyone, I would highly recommend Gelato Pique. Then if you walk down a little bit and go into the side streets, there's Onitsuka Taiga. So the Omotesando store used to be my favorite one because it would always typically be in stock and it was a little bit bigger than the other ones, but now Onitsukas are just popping off. So it's like actually pretty hard to get a style possibly that you want because they're kind of always out of stock. I love my Onitsukas, and specifically the ones that have no lace. As you can see, you just like slip them on. I originally got these two. This time around, I found these, also neutral, but they're like an Australian sheepdog. Like the color, it's like beige and gray, but it's like furry. And they also have the kind of slip-on back, so you can just like turn them into slides, which I love because I'm all about easy access, easy to wear, and can match with anything. I feel like the Onitsukas are definitely a must visit when you're in Tokyo. And then moving over to Ginza. Okay, so Ginza is like the bougie kind of like Fifth Avenue, but way cleaner. I love Ginza. There's also like an Hermes museum that we visited. There's a goldfish museum on the top of one of the malls. That's actually really interesting. But for shopping, I would definitely visit there for all the flagship stores. And what the flagship store means is that it's typically the biggest one. It's probably got more styles than all the other ones, and they feature exclusive collaborations that you might not be able to find anywhere else. Let's start with Uniqlo, one of my favorites. The thing to know about Uniqlo in Japan is that their measurements are different. They're actually tailored more towards like petite sizes. So this time around, I was actually there when the JW Anderson collaboration came out, and I was like checking it out, not really thinking I would get anything, but oh my gosh, the pieces were so good. And my favorite one is this pair of jeans. It's a straight leg dark wash pair of jeans, and it has the JW Anderson logo here, and it's probably my most worn jean like so far. So you might think, Fel, they're the same jean, but no, they're not, because this one is a little bit more tapered and shorter, so it cuts off a little higher on the ankle. This is a full length straight leg and the most classic cut you could get, and it fits like a glove. I was like shocked. So the thing with jeans is you don't want it to stretch too much, otherwise it won't look good after a few washes. You want it to be sturdy, but you want it to be soft as well, and this is just phenomenal. So that's that one. And then on top of that, I also tried the denim shirt, and this looks so good as well. It's like, hello, Canadian tuxedo, and you just look so put together. This looks expensive, right? And I think that's why I love Uniqlo so much, because their pieces are timeless and their materials are fantastic, and all you literally need is this. Like, when in doubt, just match the color. Why I love the collaboration is because they just had business casual. I love shirts, and the cut, I swear, is just so perfect. If you have a short waist like I do, you don't want a crop top and it being totally cropped, but you also don't want it super long unless you want it oversized. But this is the perfect length to wear with like a little bit of a high-waisted pant. So you can get the JW Anderson collab still in the US. This is probably one of their best collaborations in my humble opinion. And then lastly, if you're going with a man friend, your boyfriend, husband, Thomas loves the store beams. A lot of them spread out all over Tokyo, but the cool thing is that they all have different inventory. Thomas's time. Literally each one of these pieces was bought at a different store.
They all carry different things. They all have different themes.
Yeah. So let's have him try on his favorite pieces. This is called a band collar. Very nice. We love that.
I like the stitching and then the band collar. A great spring fall jacket. Another band collar. There's like some reinforcement here. See the detail?
I love this one because I chose it. Isn't it so cute?
Can I tell the story with my favorite sweater?
What? You have very... Oh my gosh. You give the man the camera and he just wants to tell his whole life. Oh my gosh.
One time we were eating dinner.
In New York.
And then this lady just came by and asked if we wanted a photo.
And then she legit printed that photo.
5 minutes later.
Oh my gosh, that was the most unexpected, ridiculous thing. And we're like, oh my god, thank God we wore at least our favorite sweaters, but looked disheveled. Next area is Shimokitazawa. When you go to Japan, you have to check out the thrifting because they just curate the best things. Like, you honestly can't go wrong. And Shimokitazawa is a little bit of a train ride outside, maybe like 30 minutes on the train, not too far, but you can spend like a whole day there or half a day just to go through all the thrift shops. It's just like an area full of thrifting. I also go to this I go there for Home Sense because they only have a store there. So this time around we were going to Disney. I found a 90s Disney sweater. Oh my gosh. The coolest thing is because they have so much inventory that you can literally find anything you want. You just need to have patience and time. So I was like over the moon. This was like $15. And then I also picked up the Ralph Lauren kind of like a gingham shirt in pink. You'll just be so astounded by the quality because they don't do this really anymore. It's like an actual embroidered logo. You can tell this was like back in the day when, you know, clothing quality used to be so much higher. And I would recommend go to a thrift store for Ralph Lauren because the quality of Ralph Lauren sweaters, shirts, they just keep so well. And actually the older designs are so much better. They're not so much like designer thrift stores, but they're just like in general thrift stores. So definitely check that out if you have time and if you want to go through and rummage through a bunch of clothing. So let's go on to the next topic, Miffy. Okay, so I know Miffy is not Japanese. It was created by Dick Brunner, but when you go to Japan, I have admitted to my obsession for Miffy. In Japan, you can find very exclusive collaborations that you can only get in certain locations. So for example, you can do a half day or day trip to a place called Kawagoe. And in Kawagoe, they have the only Miffy bakery. So it's like a literal bakery where everything from the coffee to the bread is Miffy. And next to it, they have the Miffy store where they sell the exclusive bread Miffys. We also got the bread like coin purse. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this, but she's just too cute. These are just great gifts, but I gift to myself. I got a little like Miffy bakery pouch. Next is Loft. This was the Loft in Ginza. And when we were there was an exclusive Miffy hotel. She's a little hotel like door person. I also picked up this cute little kind of like towel boucle pouch. And then I also got this little like pouch and then a little hotel key room, but this is a keychain. So my mom really wanted that when she saw it. So apart from those two places, you can also find Miffy at Don Quixote. So I picked up two. I've never seen this pattern before. It never comes like this. And then also she has to have a friend, so picked up the denim one, which I have also never seen. On the wavelength of collectibles, time for gacha! The most exciting part of Japan. Okay, I should have put it in a more like aesthetic box. But this is
Oh my god.
gacha! So if you're like, what the heck are these? They're essentially little round capsule toys that are in this kind of like plastic pokeball. Once again, they're all collectibles. Is there a use for it? Absolutely not. But consumerism makes no sense, right? For me, it's like straight up nostalgia. You'll see them everywhere on the street. You just go and find what speaks to your soul. Like, guys, who of you remember these little gums? But they make it so that it's like realistic and lifelike. because they actually work with the actual brands to make the replicas. There's like food, there's anime and characters, there's movies.
Food, drinks, skincare.
Yes. So for example, for brands, I found the Fino hair mask, guys. And then if you're like, okay, what do you do with these? Well, as you can see, some of them you can use as keychains, which is super trendy now to just put it on your bag, put it on your tote. I've seen people get like earring holders and hang them on earring holders. So it's just like a showcase of a collection. But what you can also do is get these little pouches and create your own theme. You can also just like hang these anywhere you want. I also created a Disney one because we went to Japan Disney World. So we got like most of the Mario. They are so cute. We got Yoshi, Mario, Luigi, and there's like Chupa Chups, Milo. I grew up with Milo. So there's like all different types.
You know, it's really interesting because like these are such high quality.
So if you're interested, we went everywhere. The biggest one is Ikebukuro.
Ikebukuro, yeah.
It's like in a mall.
Yeah, it's in the same place as the Sunshine City Pokemon Center. And apparently there's like some website that tells you what places have specific ones.
So I just want to show you how like insane they are. This is a cannelé, which is a dessert, but it's a lamp. It lights up. So you have like insane ones like this, where there's technology in it and it works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 2025 Japan haul. Literally, if there's any place we could go, it's always Japan because it's just one of those places that you can keep discovering and exploring. It never gets old and the food is delicious, the people are nice, there's so much to get and see, so we love Japan. How do you say goodbye?
Sayonara.
Sayonara! Konbanwa! Lights out.